So, Diablo Immortal. It's in everyone's talks right now. I was actually kind of hoping that this would not happen. I was actually kind of hoping that this game would fall, as many others have. Many others that have this kind of practices. The main difference is that this game is a mobile game. Anyways, what is up, you damn gorgeous and beautiful gamers? Welcome back to RPJames. This is Mariel Corner in the internet where we like to discuss about RPGs. You like the content? You would very much help me with a like on the video and a subscription to the channel if you haven't already. Most of the people that watches my content are in fact not subscribed to my channel. So the main topic of today's video is this that you are seeing right now on the screen. As you can see, even despite of all of the backlash, despite of all of the outrage that the game has had in social media and every single possible place, the game is still thriving. That amount of gathered income, it's just something to question ourselves, you know? Because at the end of the day, which is the main topic of this video, it is us, the ones that decide to consume this kind of content at the end of the day. Now I know some people out there that are going to say that it's just fault of the company, but in reality it's us, the ones that keep consuming this kind of content. Let me give you some examples of times that this has happened before as well. Remember Middle-earth, Shadow of War? Remember Battlefront 2. Do you remember about all of those? Do you remember about the launch of Marvel's Avengers? Each one of those launches, game launches, had something very particular in common. And it was very, very abusive use of microtransaction practices. And that is what is happening in here. The main difference is that this game was built upon it's a mobile game mindset, which is very troubling as well. Because let me tell you, I can be pretty sure, and this is something that I believe it will happen. It will affect Diablo 4, which is something that I do not wish to happen, which is something that I do not want to happen. But see, back then, all of those titles, it was the community that decided not to actually play them. It wasn't just that they decided not to buy them, it was the community speaking, it was the community saying we are not going to play this thing. The amount of peak players for those games back then, or their launches, actually mattered. As you can see right now, Battlefront, it is still a very, very solid game to play right now. It's a very solid multiplayer. Back then, on the original launch, no one wished to play because of the loot boxes, because all of those microtransactions, abuse of usage. The same happened to Shadow of War, Middle-earth. People decided not to play because the endgame of the game, pardon the redundancy, it was based precisely on microtransactions and loot boxes. You would be able to advance, to move through the end game and see the true ending of the game, but you weren't able to do as smoothly as someone that was buying loot boxes would, because of the gear progression, because of the character progression. Now, there are some people that actually defend this game. There are some people that actually defend this kind of practices. Well, not the practices on itself, but the most common argument that I have seen out there in the web is that this is a game that you can just normally play. It's a free-to-play game that you can normally play through the main campaign and then be done with your life. Now, there are some different kind of gamers. There are casual players, and then there are the hardcore gamers. And I believe that even the casual players could benefit from this game maintaining the same system that Diablo had before. That Diablo did not have with this kind of launch of Diablo Immortal. Not immortal, immoral. which is the very same meme that everyone has out there. It was a very interesting selection for the name, but that being said, the argument is that you can go through the main storyline of the game and then be done with your life and then move on to another game without paying a single penny. But let me tell you that, hated that I may be, the main storyline of Diablo games has never been the main focus of entertainment with those games. The main focus is the end game, being able to progress your character throughout those levels, throughout those powers, to be able to kill things faster and harder. That is the main goal of the Diablo games. That is what we should be striving to, and that is what we are being denied to in here. And we are being denied to because, as you were able to see at the very beginning of the video, the game is still it is still thriving, it is still gathering income, it is still gathering resources, despite all of the outrage that we have on social media. And I get it, you know, I played it, I have played it, it's a very fun to play game, it feels good. That's the thing, it feels good to play. It's everything that Diablo has done right on gameplay wise, but not on the monetary practices, which is the very same issue that we have right here. We like to play this game because we crave for it. Diablo is one of the most important ARPGs, if not the most important ARPG out there. We are craving for Diablo, we need Diablo, we need that experience, we are hungry for more Diablo. We need something to quench our thirst before Diablo 4 actually gets here, and we are trying to quench it with Diablo Immortal. But that is the same problem that we should not be playing this game, we should not be giving resources to Blizzard, because at the end of the day, it comes to the very same thing that they said before when they announced this game. Don't you guys have phones? Even when the community is backlashing and outraging, they are still getting income, they are still getting data, they are still saying that, hey, despite all of the hey dude, the game is doing pretty goddamn well. And I mean, I would very much love to enjoy this game, even when you notice that it has graphics similar to those of Diablo 3. It's definitely not Diablo 4, but it's still, on gameplay wise, it's still very goddamn enjoyable, and not being able to partake on that end game because of the practices that it has. You could argue as well that you could play a little bit the end game, but it is an undeniable truth. You can search it out there, you can experience it by yourself, to be able to be as efficient as the people that pays, and you don't actually get to be efficient by paying a small amount of money. I am not against supporting games that are free to play. I am not against giving them a penny, against giving them something for their hard work. They do have to earn something. But this kind of practices that we have with Diablo Immortal is just goddamn atrocious. And it is indeed, again, our fault. So that is the main conclusion of the video, that this has happened before. They are earning money, this has happened before with other games, and we should not be giving them what they want. What we should be doing is showing our discomfort by not playing the game, by getting those big numbers go as low as possible. That is my opinion, that is what I believe, that is what I like to believe, but tell me everything that you believe, tell me how do you feel about in the comments below in this game. That being said, remember that if no one has told you today that you're a gorgeous, beautiful person, you are indeed a gorgeous and beautiful person. Have a beautiful day, and remember to like the video and subscribe before you close the door, and I'll be seeing you goddamn gorgeous, beautiful people in the next one. Have a beautiful day, and goodbye.